Chapter 10, Transport in Humans and Animals, and we are still in the second theme of physiology of humans and animals, and that is the third chapter now, another interesting chapter. So these are the list of subtopics. So we are going to look at the first one, which is the types of circulatory system. Right, first you want to know why is it needed. Okay, why is the circulatory system needed in complex multicellular organisms? Right, the circulatory systems is actually referred to as the transport system. So we know that all living things, all living cells require essential substances, and there are the oxygen and also the nutrients, and also they need to expel these waste products, the carbon dioxide and also nitrogenous waste. So back in chapter 2, do you still remember the unicellular organisms, the amoeba species? How do they get their essentials? And how do they expel waste products? It is by simple diffusion to the surrounding and also from the surrounding. Why are they able to do so without the need of having this circulatory system? Okay, it's because their body mass is small, and therefore this results in this TSA to volume ratio being large. Okay, we have learned this before. If this is large, that means this is good, and therefore they can just obtain these essentials and also expel these waste products through diffusion. Okay, hence they don't need this specialized transport system in their body. Right, do you still remember this picture? I've shown you back in chapter 8, respiratory system. Now this is actually the amoeba species. Alright, and then this is the surrounding. So just by simple diffusion, substances gets exchanged in and out. But for the multicellular organisms, okay, since they are of a lot of cells, more than one cells, their body size is big. Okay, if their body size is big, the TSA to volume ratio is small, and therefore this does not favor simple diffusion. And how are they going to get these essentials? Okay, how are they going to expel the waste products? They need a transport system. Okay, a proper transport system, and that is the blood circulatory system, to help getting all the essentials from the surroundings deep into all, reaching all the cells over here, even the one which is deep inside. Look at this statement. It says the distance between the external environment this one is the external environment, and you have a lot of cells which is deep within here. So if they are far from each other, okay, do you think diffusion is able to help these cells which is deep within here obtain the essentials easily? Definitely not. And therefore they cannot depend on diffusion to get their essentials and to expel the waste. And that is when blood circulatory system is needed. Right, so we have two types of circulatory system in multicellular organisms, the open and the closed circulatory system. And this is the meaning of open circulatory system and closed. Okay, I think you are familiar with the closed circulatory system because you have learned the blood circulatory system in humans. And we have the blood, okay, which is flowing, which is contained in a closed blood vessels. Okay, that is continuous. It is flowing in one direction and it is distributed to the whole body. But in open circulatory system, it is the hemolymph, the so-called blood, but it is not blood because it does not does not transport oxygen, and therefore it does not have this hemoglobin, and it is not red. So this hemolymph flows into the body cavities. Okay, and this body cavities has got a term which is the hemocoel, and this hemolymph is buffing the cells around it. Now this is the one open circulatory system. So you get to see the hemolymph vessel, and then this one is into the open space. But unlike here, okay, it is a closed circulation throughout, isn't it? Here it's open up to a space, and that is the hemocoel, and you get to see the hemolymph buffing the cells all over here. Right, so what is a hemolymph? It's a blood-like nutritious liquid found in most invertebrates, okay, such as insects and also mollusks. This is mollusks. Okay, for example, the snails, the slugs. All right, but in closed circulatory system, okay, you have the cells over here, the blood capillaries, which is the network of blood capillaries which is surrounding the cells, and the exchange of substances that are essential to the cells, the oxygens and the nutrients, they happens across the walls of the blood capillaries. Okay, still remember our previous discussion? Now this is the open circulatory system which is in the insects, and here you are this dorsal view of the insect hearts. So posterior you have the hearts, okay, and then anterior you have the aorta, and you have this ostium. What is ostium? That is the tiny openings, okay, and if it is plural it is called ostia, right? So this one or more hearts, it's referring to this portion. When it pumps it will pump the hemolymph through the blood vessels, okay, through the hemolymph vessels into the hemocoel. That means over here it pumps, and then it's going up unto the anterior, and then open. This is the open space, and it is flowing to the hemocoel. So it flows out of the heart into the hemocoel when the heart contracts. Now it's going to the hemocoel already, and the substance exchanged between the hemolymph and the body cells occurs through diffusion. So the body cells are here in the body space, and when the heart relaxes, this hemolymph will flow back into the heart through these openings, the ostia. So the function of the hemolymph is like a so-called blood, right? It is not confined to vessels. Now it baths the tissues and also the internal organs directly. Okay, directly. That's why you say over here it says diffusion. Substance exchanged between hemolymph and body cells through diffusion. Okay, this. Now it has also got these nutrients, all right, and also hormones from the hemolymph directly into the cells. Okay, and that is through diffusion, right? Same goes to the waste products. So again, this picture, you see this is the tubular heart, and you have the ostia. Let's see the tiny openings over here. Anteriorly, you have the aorta. So when this contracts, so you see this hemolymph inside will go to this direction, and then to the hemocoel. Okay, hemocoel. And then there it is directly in contact with the tissues and with the organs. All right.